I see that he points a 12-gauge shotgun at me, a 12, and aims it at my head and fires. Well, I didn't know they were rubber bullets, you know? At first, I was stunned. Here's my mark. I've got the bruise right here. He had a ring that I took from my wife in the United States, because she and I have always had a ring. Were the humiliations we went through, the way they spoke to us with obscene words, and they messed with our heads by telling us while we were there that we would never get out.
A tearful reunion in Valencia. Wild Chirino breaks down as he embraces his mother and sister, home, but forever changed. Chirino bears more than emotional scars. A deep mark on his forehead, he says, came from a rubber bullet fired point blank by a Salvadoran prison guard. Inside the patio of his family home, he quietly recounts the horrors of CECOT prison, pointing to a scar on his leg from being forced to kneel for hours. His fingernails still long. He wasn't allowed to cut them in prison. I saw they pointed a shotgun at my head and shot me. I thought I was dead. I held my bleeding head, and I saw the rubber bullet fall. We used mattresses to shield ourselves from the shots. His sketches on paper are crude but vivid, drawings of his tiny prison cell, the place he says stripped him of dignity.
Well, thank God. It bothers me too, because since he has his dad, he gets upset with me. But Mexico was very good to me. And I see that he points a 12-gauge shotgun at me, a 12, and aims it at my head and fires. Well, I didn't know they were rubber bullets, you know? At first, I was stunned. It split my head open. I hit the wall. I said, "This son of a bitch killed me." Excuse my language. I said, "He killed me." I put my hand on my head with my shirt. I remember, the shirt was all covered in blood. And I see the rubber shell fall and the guys tell me, "They're shooting rubber at us." They're shooting rubber at us. We covered ourselves with the mattresses. Afterwards, they gave us some mats. We covered ourselves with mattresses. We made barriers out of mattresses so they wouldn't hit us so hard. There, my friends and I read the Bible, the story of Jonah, the story of Joshua. I learned a lot of things. I thought I would never finish reading it. After I finished it, I tattooed her name there really well. I even came out wanting to get her name tattooed because I don't have it. From there, they separated us and the mistreatment started again. When the mistreatment started, they came in at night, shot at us, came into my cell, and the officer stood right in front of me and shot me. He shot me in the head. I still have the scar here. My head was split open and I have the mark from the rubber bullet here. Everything was made of bars.
Chirino was deported from the U.S. to El Salvador in March, accused of links to Venezuela's notorious Tren de Aragua gang. But like many others, he denies the allegations. Also deported and imprisoned Darwin and Yeison Hernandez. Both now back in their family home, hugging relatives they feared they'd never see again. Darwin said they were told even their families and president had abandoned them, facing constant humiliation and beatings.
Are you all in there, fully present?
Not knowing. She cried for her dad and wanted her dad to be alive and to be with her. We didn't have any information, and to be told those things, to be told, "No, don't do this." What really affected us were the humiliations we went through, the way they spoke to us with obscene words, and they messed with our heads by telling us while we were there that we would never get out, that our families didn't want us, that even the president wouldn't accept us, didn't want to receive us here, and all those things.
Did they let you throw it out properly? They didn't allow it.
Well, the beatings, yes, of course, all the time. No, the shower was at 5 in the morning and you had to go the whole day without being able to bathe.
The banners still hang handmade, pleas his family crafted when he vanished behind bars. Now they frame the outfit he wore in prison, both a symbol of survival and injustice. Darwin said inmates stood all day, beaten for moving or approaching fences, food often withheld.
that even the president wouldn't accept us, didn't want to receive us here, and all those things.
Did they let you throw it out properly? They didn't allow it.
Well, the beatings, yes, of course, all the time. No, the shower was at 5 in the morning and you had to go the whole day without being able to bathe.
And it was always obscene language. Like I said, we couldn't get close to the facilities, to the bars, nothing, because they beat us, take us out, and take away our food.
We couldn't stand the hunger anymore and we told them, "Give us the food." "No, we're not giving it to you anymore, asshole."
Younger brother Yeison Hernandez shows no wounds, but his scars run deep. They said only a miracle could free us, said Yeison, haunted by thoughts of his son in the U.S.
Honestly, I felt really bad because it was psychological damage, like mental, because you were there, but you didn't have any hope of getting out. Basically, they would tell you the only thing that gets you out of here is a miracle. And you lie down, sometimes you couldn't sleep thinking about my family. I have a son. He tells me my son went to the United States, and I kept thinking about him. How is he doing? I was the pillar, the pillar of the family, the breadwinner.
The 3 Venezuelans were among 252 detainees returned in a prisoner exchange last week. Deported under the revived U.S. Alien Enemies Act, they now face medical exams and interviews at home. Their stories may be only 3 among hundreds, but their pain is impossible to ignore, and their voices finally heard.